what is the characteristics of the Monera? All the bacteria, any type of bacteria that comes under this kingdom. Okay. So first one, the soul of Monera is bacteria. Okay. First one, the soul of Monera is bacteria. All types of bacteria comes under the Monera. You have seen bacteria in everywhere, a handful of sand that contains millions of bacteria in any temperature, any medium, that may be hot temperature, that may be acidic or alkaline medium, all types of medium bacteria can be present. Okay? So, the habitat, that is they can present everywhere. They can present everywhere. Okay. Next one, structure. According to the structure, Monera are four types. Okay. Structure, 4 types. According to the structure, there are 4 types. That is cocky, they are round shape. Second one, vibrio, they are comma shape. Fourth one, vibrio, that is disc-like types of structure, comma shape, cocky, round shape. Spirulina, they spiral shape. This type of structure present in spirulina. And bacillus, bacilli you have seen, they are elongated. Okay, bacilli elongated. Okay. So, according to the structure, the bacteria are 4 types: cocky, round shape, coccus bacteria, bacillus, they are elongated, spirulina, spiral shape, and vibrio cholerae, they are comma shaped. Okay. And bacteria, they are simple, they are complex in behavior. Compared many other organisms, bacteria have a group most extensive metabolic diversity. So, bacteria, mode of nutrition, they may be autotrophic, they may be heterotrophic. Okay. Autotrophic, they may be autotrophic, they may be heterotrophic. Autotrophic may be chemosynthetic, photosynthetic, and heterotrophic, they depends for their food on the others. Okay. And types and mode of nutrition. Autotrophic and heterotrophic, photosynthetic autotrophic or chemosynthetic autotrophic. Okay. So, the characteristics of Monera, they included all types of bacteria, and Monera they can find everywhere, in sand, in water, in any type of environment. Maybe it is too hot, too cold, that is medium, alkaline medium, everywhere. And the structure of the bacteria, there are 4 types: cocky, bacillus, vibrio, and spirulina. And they are mode of life, they have they shows the different type of metabolic diversity, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic. You have also called the mode of nutrition. Okay. Next, the group comes under the Monera. Okay. So, Monera contains 2 groups classification: Monera that is Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Okay, Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Eubacteria, true bacteria. Archaebacteria are slightly different from the another bacteria because it contains a tough rigid cell wall. Okay. Now details about the Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria, there are three types. Halophiles, okay, which present in the salty water. Halophiles present in salty water. Next, thermoacidophiles. Thermoacidophiles, you can guess that thermo means temperature and acid in acidic medium, that present in hot spring. Any type of hot temperature, acidic temperature, they can survive. Okay, hot spring. And another one, methanogen, you have already known about that. Methanogen, methane gas production. Methano, they are present in marshland. Marshland, where the rotten plant parts also are present. They are present also in the ruminant. They are actually methane produced by the methanogen bacteria, which helps to production in the methane gas, that present in the marshland, in the ruminant, in stomach of any type of domestic animals, cow, goat, anything. Okay. So this is Archaebacteria. They are very special type of bacteria. And why the Archaebacteria are different from the another types of bacteria? Because they contains a special type of cell wall, okay, that helps them protect to any type of medium. That may be temperature, that may be acid, that may be alkaline, anything. They protect, they can survive in the any type of harsh condition of the weather. So the Archaebacteria totally different from the true bacteria. Okay. And Archaebacteria are three types. Halophiles, that present in the salty water, marine water. The thermoacidophiles, they can survive in any type of hot temperature, acidic medium. And another one, that methanogens, they are present in the marshland. Okay. So this is the three types of bacteria present in the comes under the Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria are totally different from the another bacteria, and methanogens, that helps to produce methane gas. So they are present in the ruminating stomach of the any type of cow, domestic animals, and they helps to produce biogas. Okay. This is Archaebacteria. Now comes under the Eubacteria. Eubacteria, there are thousands of different Eubacteria, true bacteria. They are characterized by presence of a rigid cell wall, motile and flagellum. Okay. Eubacteria, they are true bacteria. Eubacteria, they are true bacteria. They contain cell wall. They contain cell wall, flagella, and they are motile. Okay. So characteristics of the Eubacteria, they contain cell wall. Obviously they are prokaryotic, they contain cell wall, they are primitive, and that's why, and they contain flagella. So flagella also helps them in the movement, so that's why they are motile. So flagellated, motile, and cell wall present. Okay. This is the characteristic of the Eubacteria. Now types of Eubacteria. Types of Eubacteria, three types. First one, photosynthetic autotrophic. Second one, chemosynthetic autotrophic. another one heterotrophic. Okay. So, photosynthetic autotrophic, photosynthesis means they are able to do the photosynthesis, so that is why they also have to contain chlorophyll, that is blue green algae. Okay. So, blue green algae or cyanobacteria comes under the photosynthetic autotrophic. Okay. And some nitrogen fixating bacteria, that is the Anabaena nostoc. Okay. So, the photosynthetic autotrophic, they contains cyanobacteria or blue green algae. Or blue green algae. Cyanobacteria and blue green algae, they are form colony. Okay. If you have seen the pond, sometimes the pond's water are destroyed by the, and there are some green patches float or under the water, and they totally polluted the water of the pond. So, that is why some aquatic animal fish are dead due to the presence of the cyanobacteria or blue green algae, because they contains all the oxygen from the pond water. So, that is why there is no sufficient oxygen are present, aquatic animal cannot survive. So, cyanobacteria or blue green algae, they are filamentous, they are colonial. Okay. Unicellular, obviously they are prokaryotic, they are unicellular, colonial and filamentous. Okay. So, this is the characteristics of the cyanobacteria blue green algae. They are colonial, they are filamentous and they are unicellular. And some of them, the next one chemosynthetic autotrophic. Okay. Chemosynthetic autotrophic, that comes under nitrogen fixating bacteria. You can say that nostoc, Anabaena. Okay. They are also called heterocyst. So, what is heterocyst? Some bacteria that helps to fix the atmospheric nitrogen, they are called heterocyst. Okay. And for chemosynthetic bacteria, they helps to fixing the nitrogen, nitrates, ammonia and use them to produce their ATP production. Okay. They also form some nitrogenous products also, nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, sulfur. Okay. Recycling process in this type of carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, this type of bacteria helps. Okay. So, that is why the photosynthetic autotrophic cyanobacteria, blue green algae, they contains green pigments. So, that is why they are able to do the photosynthesis. They are colonial, they are filamentous, filament like structure, and they contains gelatinea. Gelatin is jelly like structure that protect them to destroy from the plant body. If they are direct come in contact with the water, their body will be destroyed. So, some gelatinous covering present. So, that is why they protect them from their body the water. Okay. So, they can survive long time in the pond water and they form the colony. So, that is why they take the abundant amount of the oxygen from this water body, and the aquatic animals will be dead due to the presence of this blue green algae. Okay. Next one, chemosynthetic autotrophic, the nitrogen fixating bacteria that produce the nitrates, ammonia. Okay. And they also use them to release their ATP production. They also helps to recycle any type of nitrogen, phosphorus cycle, anything. Okay. Next one, heterotrophic bacteria. Heterotrophic bacteria, heterotrophic bacteria depends for their food on the others, and so many bacteria, all the decomposer that destroy the animals, dead animals body, take the nutrients from them. You know that they are called decomposers. So, all types of bacteria that helps in the decomposing, they are called decomposers. They helpful in lactobacillus cut from the milk, production of antibiotics, friction, nitrogen, legume, roots, okay. Then rhizobium that present in the legume and roots, the lactobacillus, this type of bacteria comes under the heterotrophic bacteria, okay. They are human beings, crop from animals and pets. They are also causing, not all time they will be useful to us, sometimes they are also harmful to us for the animals and pets. They are cholera, typhoid, citrus canker that you have find in the citrus, they are lemon, okay. Citrus canker, the total, this is a cancer type disease that occurs in the lemon plant, any type of citrus plant, okay. Next one, bacteria reduce mainly the fission. So, the reproduce that is occurs by the fission and spore formation, okay. So, reproduce sexually and asexually. Bacteria can reproduce sexually, asexually, that is fission and spore formation. And sexually they transfer their DNA, okay. Transfer DNA material from one body to another body, okay. DNA material, okay. Transfer their DNA material from one bacteria to another bacteria. That is the sexual, two mode of reproduction, asexual and sexual. Asexual fission means their body divided into two parts, maybe three parts, multiple fission, binary fission, anything, okay. And if there is the spore formation, the small particle unit, that is the spore formation, due to the spore formation they can also reproduce. Another one, sexually they have their small DNA part, they transfer their DNA from one body to another body, okay. So, that is why it is the production of heterotrophy. Next, mycoplasma. What is mycoplasma? Mycoplasma is just smaller than bacteria and they are lack of cell wall, they can survive without oxygen, but they are harmful for the animals and pets, okay. That is called mycoplasma. They are also heterotrophic bacteria, okay. Mycoplasma, smaller than the bacteria. Mycoplasma, smaller than the bacteria, they lack of cell wall and they can survive without oxygen, okay. They are harmful for the pathogens like they are animals and plants, okay. So, this is the total Monera, kingdom Monera. So, kingdom Monera contains Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Archaebacteria contain three, that is halophiles, as thermoacidophils and methanogens. Next, Eubacteria, it contain photosynthetic autotrophic, chemosynthetic autotrophic and heterotrophic bacteria, okay. And heterotrophic bacteria, that is mycoplasma also included. Next one, kingdom Protista. So, bacteria comes under the unicellular prokaryotic. After the bacteria, the Protista, from the Protista it start to be eukaryotic, okay. Unicellular eukaryotic is Protista. Protista. The first characteristics, unicellular eukaryotic. This is Protista, okay. Unicellular eukaryotic, bacteria prokaryotic. So, that is why they are primitive, they cannot contain the developed nucleus, not contain any type of cell organelle, just cell wall present, a small fragment of DNA that present. So, the Protista, from the Protista they start to develop and they are unicellular, but they are eukaryotic. Only one unicellular eukaryotic is the Protista, and in the Protista the dinoflagellates, Euglena, any type of protozoa, all comes under the Protista, okay. Next one, they are members of the Protista partially primarily aquatic. So, they are aquatic, maybe fresh water, maybe marine water, primarily aquatic. Third one, they members of Protista aquatic, the kingdom family, that is plants, are being eukaryotic Protista. So, they are eukaryotic, obviously they contains a well developed nucleus a well developed nucleus and all membrane bound cell organelles. Okay. Okay, and next the reproduction. There is also two mode of reproduction. The flagella, and they contains, some of them have flagella. Euglena, they obviously contain flagella. So some of them contains flagella or cilia. Okay. Number 4 contains flagella or cilia. Number 5, it contains and it reproduces asexually and sexually by cell fusion and zygote formation. It also fusion, binary fission occurs in the maybe fusion, two bodies join together, maybe fission, two bodies separate together, and cell fusion, two cells join together, and sexually zygote formation. Sperm ovum form, so they form the zygote. Mode of reproduction. Asexually and sexually. That is cell fusion. Another one sexually, zygote formation. Okay, so this is the kingdom Protista. All type of dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates mean contains two flagella, so that's why it is called dino. Okay, dinoflagellates, protozoa. Okay, Euglena comes under the Protista, and they obviously, first one they are unicellular eukaryotic. Second one, if they are eukaryotic, they obviously contains a well developed nucleus and cell membrane bound cell organelles, and it is most of them are aquatic and they are asexually and sexually, so they are cell fusion and zygote formation occur. Okay, so thank you so much everyone up to this for today. Thank you for cooperating with us. Next day we will discuss about the different groups of the Protista. Thank you so much.